B2B marketing is changing a lot in 2025, and in this video, I'm going to present the 5 B2B trends that are happening right now and that you can use in order to grow your business. So in the past year, B2B marketing changed a lot. Gen AI popped out of nowhere and completely transformed marketing and content marketing. Also now, B2B buyers prefer to go on a self-serve buying mode. So basically, they prefer to research information before talking to a sales representative. And I also noticed that the budgets of marketing companies have reduced. So this is the context. And based on this context, I analyzed 5 marketing trends that you can reuse right now. Let's jump into trend number 1, which is still niche, but very interesting for your business. Right now, B2B vlogs are getting more and more interesting for the audience. So a B2B vlog is a new way to connect with your audience. So what you're going to do is to record the behind the scenes of your business, to explain your vision, but also to build in public, to share your expertise, to show the results that you get for your clients, and also to include some call to actions to upsell to your offer. So here is an example of a B2B vlog. Here is another example, and here is another example. As you can see, it's really about the behind the scenes. And also, as you can see here, the search volume is getting higher and higher. So this is an opportunity for you to reach your audience on YouTube, but also LinkedIn or on your newsletter. So build in public and use vlogs for that. Second trend is not a big news. You've seen it in the past few years. There are more and more freelancers and solopreneurs, and this becomes an entire new category in my opinion. So you have B2C, business to clients, you have B2B, business to businesses, and now there is a new one that I call B2S, business to solopreneurs. Why it's slightly different than B2B? Because as they are just one person, they can decide faster. So it's more based on emotions, and it's also linked to their personal life, because when you are a solopreneur, the line between your professional life and your personal life is getting thinner, because most of the time you work from home, you manage your own agenda, and also you can take time off whenever you want. So when you are working in the B2S environment, it feels like selling to a business because they are expecting return on investment, because their goal is to make more money at the end of the day, or to save time, which is linked to saving money or to getting more money. But at the same time, it feels like B2C because you are talking directly to one person with emotions. So you are also addressing the emotions, the objectives, and the pains inside your marketing. So it's a mix of both. You have the ROI part of B2B and you have the emotional side of B2C. So if you are in this industry, or if you want to sell more to solopreneurs, you should take this into consideration. And as you can see on this graph, there are more and more freelancers and solopreneurs in the US and everywhere in the world. So it's a growing industry. So you should include this target audience in your strategy if it makes sense for you. Here is a third trend that you might have noticed as well, is the no code plus the AI that help entrepreneurs to build content and also, most importantly, products very fast. So if you wanted to build a business in 2015, you had to go into a development mode for at least 3 to 6 months to build a software, and then to include the audience to build it with you, and then to release this software. But now you can build with AI agents, with a no-code platform, and with AI overall. You can build a platform in 2 weeks. So it creates an ecosystem where it's very easy to build a software and where you can enter a market very fast. So what happens here is that there is more competition in the product side because it's easier to build a product, so there are more of them. But because there is more competition on the product side, there is also more competition on the marketing and audience side. And this is what you need to understand from this trend, is that of course it's easier now to build a product, but it's harder to build an audience, a community, and to find the first 100 customers, because there is more competition on the product side. There is also more competition on the audience side. So if you want to build a software, or if you want to build a product, you need also to make sure that you build an audience, or that at least you have a marketing strategy to find your first 100 clients. Trend number 4 in B2B marketing right now is that every B2B businesses are trying to find what we call intent signals. So in order to explain intent signals, I will give you an example. Imagine you are a B2B business and you've been creating content for the past 3 months on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and in a newsletter. You probably generated opportunities, so prospects that are interested to work with you, but it doesn't mean that those people, those businesses contact you directly. So now the question is, how are you going to know who to contact first in order to send emails or social DMs to the right people first in priority instead of cold audiences that are not interested to work with you? So this is where intent signals come in. Intent signals will help you to identify who is interested to work with you based on signals that are available in the market. For example, if one of those prospects have downloaded 10 of your ebooks, forwarded all your emails, and participated to some webinars, this shows that they have more chance to convert compared to someone who has just liked your LinkedIn post just one time. So you see here, it's all about identifying the right intent signals, to spot them and to organize your CRM in order to know who to contact first. I noticed that Apollo is doing this, Zoom Info, Leadpipe, or RB2B, and I believe it's still a huge market and that more and more businesses will get interested about intent signals this year. Trend number 5, which is probably the most exciting for most of you, is the personal brand growth. Personal brands are now a central part of marketing strategies. This trend really took off in 2022 and then expanding in 2023 and 2024. Now the market is getting more mature because there are more courses about how to build your personal brand. So there is more competition, but it's still a great marketing strategy to build your personal brand. So what does it mean to have a personal brand overall? So in a B2B context, here is how to build your personal brand. First, you need to have a specific expertise with track record in order to have things to say. The second thing is you need to be okay to talk about your personality, your backstory, and who you are. Third, you need to create content on social media, such as on LinkedIn, or on YouTube, or in a newsletter. And then you need to be consistent about this expertise, this story, and this content. So keep publishing over and over, and then you will build what we call a positioning on this expertise. So people will associate your name with the expertise. So if I had to summarize a personal brand, it's just this mechanism about perception. How people perceive you is your personal brand. So if I talk over and over about Web3, I will be perceived as Mr. or Mrs. Web3. If I talk over and over about B2B content marketing for early stage businesses, which is my case, I will be perceived as Mr. B2B content marketing. So this is really the role of your personal brand, is to be positioned on one topic. Now be careful, you should not try to go viral or to share too many personal stories. In a B2B context, what matters most is to build authority. So you need to have an expertise and talk about this expertise. And as you can see on this graph from Google Trends, the keyword personal brand or personal branding is growing a lot because everyone is getting interested. And this is linked to the trend number 2, which is the growth of solopreneurs and freelancers. Because they don't have a company, they will not build a company brand, they will build a personal brand instead. So the growth of the interest of personal brands is just a byproduct of the growth of the solopreneur and freelancer markets. If you want an entire video about how to build your personal brand, tell me in the comments and I will make sure to create a video about that. Alright, that's the 5 trends that will have a strong impact on B2B marketing this year. I hope it gives you some inspiration to update your strategy or even to launch a new product or a new business. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to get more information and insights on B2B marketing, and I will see you in the next video.